I'm gonna say one thing. I'll fuck him up. He said, I promise you. I promise you. You see, I'm playing. I swear to God. I swear to God. I'll fuck you up. You and your wife. I'll fuck you up. No, fuck that. I promise you. Everything I love. Everything I love. I promise you.
He's got to be a professional. I mean, she was sitting down the entire time. Me and him were just, we were kind of having fun, to be honest.
At least you thought you were having fun?
Yeah, he was smiling at one point, and there was a lot of people, because it was when, Joe would come by and poked Paul George in the eye, and then Joe goes over and apologizes immediately. Russ is just F-bombing and carrying on, acting a fool down here, and everybody's getting on him. And he had, I guess, heat. I thought it was ice. I just told him, I'm like, just sit down and ice your knees, bro. And he turned to me and he's like, that's heat, that's heat. And I'm like, well, you're gonna need it. And then it turned into not safe for work.
So that's what provoked his response. There was no swear words, there was
I
no...
never said a swear word to him, and everybody in the vicinity will say it, and she never left her seat, never said a word, hands in her lap. Never said a single swear word to him. Not one. So, like I said, initially I was like, oh, I'm talking with Westbrook, I mean, the guy's one of the greats, but he's also classless. I don't care. He can threaten me all he wants. I was the one talking to him, but don't threaten a woman. She's 5 feet tall and 110 pounds, man. I mean, never said a word to him. Her first NBA game ever. Welcome to the NBA, Jen.
The realization of it is how it started was a young man and his wife in the stands told me to get down on my knees like he used to. And for me, that's just completely disrespectful to me. I think it's racial. I think it's just inappropriate in the sense of there's no protection for the players. I think there are a lot of great fans around the world that like to come to the game and enjoy the game. And there are people that come to the game and to say mean, disrespectful thing about me, my family. For many years, man, I've done all the right things. I've never done anything to hurt or harm anybody. I've never been in any trouble. Never fought a fan. Been in the league 11 years. Clean slate. Humble. I take all the criticism from everybody. I've been doing the same thing for years. And for me, disrespect will not be taken from me. I'm completely just sit back sometime and just take it like that. That's just one video, but throughout the whole game, since I've been here, especially here in Utah, every time I come here, there's a lot of disrespectful things I said. And
now, it doesn't take a genius to know that Russel Westbrook, his patience is running very thin when it comes to NBA fans. I mean, this isn't the first time he got into it with a fan, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the last. But Russel Westbrook was wrong here, and I'm going to tell you why he was wrong. Number one, you don't threaten a woman. People aren't going to take that kindly. Listen, if you're correct in your stance, then by all means, get at the guy, get at the fan. But when you involve a woman, people are going to use that against you, whether you are correct or you are wrong. People are going to say Russel Westbrook said what he said to the fan, but then he threatened the woman and said that he would beat the woman up. Granted, you were talking to the husband mostly, but you just don't do that overall. Now, of course, you turned it into something racial, and you said that the guy said get on your knees or whatever the case. But then the NBA fan said that he didn't say that and that he had other fans to support his cause. So it looks like you're dragging it here, and it doesn't look too good because you have a history with NBA fans and specifically Utah Jazz fans, and people aren't going to take your side when you when you threaten a woman. Now, I'm not saying you were wrong in the sense that maybe you heard what you heard or maybe he said what he said, but you can't threaten a woman and think you're going to get away with that. You have to be smarter. You could have gotten at the guy and, you could have went that approach. At the same time, the NBA fan is a liar. The NBA fan is a liar because at no point does Russell Westbrook ever smile. Russell Westbrook doesn't even smile when he's in a good mood. He doesn't smile when he celebrates. I never see Russell Westbrook smile. Maybe here and there, but the man definitely isn't smiling when he's talking to fans. And this Utah Jazz fan said Russell Westbrook was smiling at him. In what world does Russell Westbrook smile when he exchanged dialogue with fans? Never. Much less Utah Jazz fans. So the NBA fan was clearly lying there. Now, I'm not saying Russell Westbrook is lying completely, but I'm saying there are many reasons why this looks wrong. Reason number one, you threatened the women. Reason number two, with your history with Utah Jazz fans, this doesn't help your cause. Now, of course, Patrick Patterson said that the fan said what he said, and here's a screenshot of that. Patrick Patterson said that the fan did say something racial. At the same time, people are going to say that's your teammate, and that's his job. Overall, NBA players don't have it nearly as bad as soccer fans. I'm not saying this to justify anything, but soccer stadiums literally have banners that say, "Don't be racist." I mean, in the FIFA video games, it says things like, "Don't be racist" in the little stadiums or whatever the case may be. I don't play FIFA. But yeah, overall, there are nasty fans out there, but you gotta handle things in a more professional manner. I understand the fan might have said what he said, and I have doubts that the fan said what he said. Maybe the fan did say something along the lines like "get on your knees" or something like that. I just have my doubts because Russell Westbrook doesn't like Utah Jazz fans. And most people in the NBA don't like Utah Jazz fans. And so I can see how these NBA players can try to make the narrative seem like most Utah Jazz fans are racist just because they have a bad reputation. So both parties were wrong. They should have never, Russell Westbrook should have never included the wife. And overall, Russell Westbrook, come on, man. You gotta be wise, man. Be smarter, bro. Smarter. People aren't going to take you serious when you lash out like this. Because look at what the NBA fan did in response to what you did. He was able to play the victim because you included his wife. So NBA fans, chill out with the disrespect of NBA players. And NBA players, you have to use more wisdom in the way that you handle these things. Because when you lash out like that, it doesn't look good. It's not professional. And so you give NBA fans the opportunity to play the victim. And truthfully here, I don't know who to believe, but I think both parties are stretching the truth. If I'm going to put my input in this, which I have been doing for the last 5 minutes and 23 seconds, I'm going to say that Russell Westbrook, if you're going to do this, don't do it with Utah Jazz fans because you don't like those guys, and most NBA teams don't like those guys, and the narrative can very much change to you guys are picking on Jazz fans. You can mark my words on that. With that being said, I'm out of here.